Welcome back to Trash Panda Off-Road. This week we're going to talk about the differences in the Geo Tracker transfer cases based on years. Don't judge me for using the X90 as a workbench. You guys know my shop is hella small, and I've got the El Camino over there, the wife's Jeep right here that's become a store-all, and it's dumping down rain because it's fall in the Pacific Northwest. So we're just going to use the hood in the X90 and have a quick discussion on the differences between the transfer cases. The reason you need to know the difference is the 1989 to 1990 transfer cases are a little smaller internally, and you cannot put gears in them. Well, that's not true. You can, but it's more difficult. I've heard of guys doing it. 91 and up can take gears because the inside is a little bigger. In order to put gears in these, if you don't know, you have to grind the inside of the case. The new gears are way bigger. I have a set. If I was thinking, I would have grabbed them down, but I have a set up there. The new gears are bigger, so you have to actually clearance the inside of the case to fit the new gears in. So that's why it's important to know if you have an 89 or a 90 transfer case. Also, and I should have spun these around to start there, 95, 96, 96 and up, they went to a 16 spline output shaft. So if you're going to put a 96 and newer, you're going to need the slip yoke off the drive line in order to make it work. Here is the splines on the 90 versus the 96. You can even see just from this distance, you can see how much bigger the splines are on the 96. So that's something to keep in mind. If you get a transfer case from a 96 or newer, you will also need the slip yoke section of the drive line in order to make that thing reach. But that's not a big deal to switch that. It's just a oh my goodness, you know the thing. Oh, here it is right here. So you'll need this slip yoke section here if you're going to a 96 or newer, and you'll have to change these little, I want to say U-bolts, but I know that's not what they're called, and I'm having a brain malfunction. Anyways, change all that, run that, and your driveline should work just the same. Okay, now to some of the other differences. So if you got one and you're not sure what it is, and it's already sitting out, obviously you can look at the tail to see if it's 96 and up. If it's a 16 spliner, it is. If it's more than 16, it isn't. 96 and newer. But here we go. If it's sitting out, another way you can check. So if you see, I got mine labeled. I label all this stuff when I pull it out, so that I can get back to finding it again, and I don't have to do this. But looking at the 90, as you sit, this thing right here, this flange front, that thing goes about an inch down. Whereas on the 90, it'll be 91 and up, it's only a ½ inch. So that's how you would tell from looking at them. In the front, what you have, you want the short one. This deeper sectioned one here, that's an 89 or a 90. Can't put gears in it. Okay, you can. Again, I'm just going to say you can't, but yes, I know you can. It's just way more difficult, and you have to really thin out the side of the case. So I'm just going to say you can't put gears in it. Got these spun around, and I'll be able to show you the difference. If it's still in the rig or still attached to a transmission, you'll be able to look by looking at the tail section here. So again, the splines we talked about for the 96 and up. Now you can really tell the difference. But there's two things from looking at the back here that you can tell. One of which is right here where the tail section is. This little ramp that comes up for your shifter. On the 89 and 90, it's a nice smooth ramp that comes all the way up. On the 91 and newer, it's not a smooth ramp. There's a little hump in it. So if there's a hump under your shifter, that's a newer transfer case. It's a good one. That's the kind you want. So also, while you're still looking at the back, you have your speedo connection here. And then on the newers, well, let's start over here. That way we keep it. On the olders, 1989 and 90, underneath the speedo connection, there's a valley. And that valley goes all the way up the length of the case, all the way to underneath where your connection is. On the 91s and newer, that valley only goes up to the connection. It doesn't go up under the connection. So that's a short little valley right there. So those are the 3 or 4 ways to tell, kind of put you in the ballpark as to what transfer case you have. Also, this light here is, I believe this is a 4-wheel drive low indicator, because it's on the early ones, not on the later ones. So I believe that's for low indicator. I'm not 100% sure on that. So if you know, put that in the comments down below. As far as these go, when you go to purchase one, also the 5-speed and the automatic transfer cases are exactly the same. Doesn't matter. As well as if it's a 4-door or a 2-door, it's still the same. That doesn't matter either. I think the thing with the 4-door is the stick is bent differently on the 4-door because the transmission for the 4-door is longer, because it's a 4-speed and the automatic, and the 3-speed automatic is shorter. So 4-door automatic ones, this stick will be bent different, but that's not a big deal. So hopefully this helps you guys. It's a little bit more knowledge, just passing it on, trying to help everybody out. And that's what you would need to look for if you're out in the wrecking yard or wherever you're at, just to verify that you have one like this and not one like this. Thanks for watching, guys. Subscribe to the channel. I've got all kinds of Suzuki content, Geo Tracker stuff, Suzuki X90 stuff. We're in the middle of a transmission swap. That's why we're taking these apart, because I have to switch these over to the new transmission, well, to the older transmission. I'm going to run the I'm going to run the 90 transmission in the 96 rig. So in order to do that, I'm going to go ahead and switch the transfer case, rather than just switching the front splines. Yeah, I don't know why I decided to do that. I could have just done the splines and I wouldn't have had to take these all apart. Ding dong. Oh well, anyways, hey, I got to make an extra video for you guys. So subscribe to the channel and follow along Trash Panda Off-Road on the Instagram. We post daily updates there every day.